Oh,
Good
we're
morning.
back again.
Good morning. Well, it's not technically morning. It's
No.
almost 3.
It's almost 3:00.
But we slept in today, which was so nice. We slept until 11.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. And you know what I feel like was really great about it is like today it's raining. Like, like not just raining, pouring. So I was like, literally as soon as we woke up, I was
so
like,
nice.
Kelly.
You're like,
Kelly,
open up the blinds so we
open
can
the
hear the
blinds,
rain.
open up the window. Let's hear the rain while we cuddle in bed.
It was really nice. I don't know if it was because I took a Benadryl. That probably, but I only took one.
Yeah. I don't have any excuse. I don't know what.
Well, no, it's because we've been hitting the gym.
Yeah, you know what? There you go, guys.
2024 goals,
2024,
guys.
we have been get in it.
Yeah, we're going to the gym. We're going to Lifetime, which is super fun. But
yes,
I've been doing the hip thrust machine.
You did.
I am determined.
Determined to what?
Get a big booty for summer.
Okay, well, have fun. That's good. Actually, I feel like I'm determined too. I'm determined to have a really big chest.
You're also determined to have a big booty for summer.
I'm also determined
Cheeks
to get a big
will be
booty.
out this summer.
No, but I'm really determined to have like a big chest. Like that's something that like like I definitely like I feel like I've always kind of had a bigger chest because
he's Samoan, so he has a cheat code. So
yeah, I kind of get it, but I feel like I could have it more defined.
But Micah was making fun of me for my running shoes.
Making fun of you.
He was saying that he's like, you know that those shoes are like kind of cringy to wear to the gym.
I did not say
and
it
I was
like
like,
that.
they're running shoes. Like, what do you mean?
Oh
they're like
my gosh.
they're normal gym shoes.
That
Like
is not
people
what
wear
I
running
said.
shoes to the gym. He's like, usually you have like lifting shoes and then you have like running shoes to actually like go out running.
Let me explain.
I was like, they're fine.
Okay, let me explain. Okay, from my perspective. Okay, here's the thing. One, it's that first off, I have made fun of Raquel's running shoes in the past because before the pair of shoes that she's currently talking about, that she's telling me I'm making fun of her for, or telling you, she had some very interesting shoes she would take to the gym. I'm talking one, terrible support, terrible, like they weren't even proper
the
for her
best,
arch.
but they were running shoes.
Oh my gosh, they were trash.
He said that they looked like middle school shoes.
When I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods, I would literally sell these shoes to the children in the children's section. Like I would literally sell these ones.
They're running shoes.
And then after that, she's like, I think your mom or someone said, hey, you need some good running shoes.
Yeah.
So what does Raquel look for? A cool looking running shoe, not actually a proper running shoe. So then she gets a pair of black and pink NMDs. And guess what? Maybe they're great for certain things at the gym, but they ain't good for running and walking in.
Sure.
And so she's got all these knee problems, she's got all these back problems. Like, I got to get you a nice pair. We go for her birthday. I get her a really nice pair of, I believe it was Asics.
I think so.
Asics really great for support, those different things.
They
However,
felt really cool.
She's like wanting to lift in them, and she's like trying to do these different things to them. And so I'm gonna try to explain. These shoes are great if you were gonna spend the whole sesh on the treadmill.
Because we bought them for running.
Yeah, these are great if you're going to go running on the outside by the beach. Is that something she especially want to do? But typically, as you start to become more of a gym nerd or a gym bro, what do you start to do? Well, you have different pairs of shoes, right? Like, and you'll understand this. Like, if you're a gym person, you're like, oh yeah, certain days I wear Converse because I know I'm going to lift and they're flat, right? Or it's like I'm going to wear, a nicer, not necessarily running shoe, but a Nike. Sports style running shoe.
But regardless, you're able to wear.
You can.
You're able to wear them.
I'm not making fun of you.
You kind of were, but it's fine.
I was just saying. I'm gonna get you a nice. That's what I said. I said I'm gonna go get you a really nice, cute looking pair of sports style Nikes, so you could rock those.
Cute. Okay, so as we've mentioned before, a ton of our friends are pregnant, which is super exciting. And so today's segment is going to be all things babies. All things baby names.
Do we have an announcement?
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Parenting styles.
We're not pregnant.
Literally, we go back and forth. We're like, should we have babies? No.
No, not yet.
We'll wait a couple of years. But
we'll wait a couple of years. But again,
who knows? I could literally be pregnant right now. We have no idea.
That is true. That's true. We'll see what the Lord has for us.
We'll see.
But at the same time, we're also really excited. Like, if we're not, of course, if we are, it's a blessing. If we're not, it's a blessing. And like, we're stoked to travel. Like, I think it's also been recently, we've been like, wow, that trip to Hawaii was amazing.
Hawaii
that trip
was
to
so
New York
great.
was amazing. And now we're like starting to plan our next couple, and we're like, wow, it's a little bit different when you have kids. So, So anyways, continue on, my love.
Okay, so our first topic of discussion. I think this is going to be so funny. So there has been a viral TikToker. Her name is Nara Smith. She's from like some foreign country. Like,
oh no, this is
I don't
great.
know. I don't know. I think she's Dutch though, but
Cool.
she's very cool, like beautiful model, whatever.
She's a TikToker?
She's a TikToker.
Okay.
And so she is pregnant with her third child, and she had listed her baby names, and they went viral
Oh no.
because they were just out there. And so I want to see your reaction.
Oh, this is great.
For context, her 2 kids right now are Rumble,
Oh,
and there's something else, but her husband's name is Lucky.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, this is already going to be
So,
such an
yeah.
interesting. Okay, this is
Okay, I
want
want to hear your reaction. But for baby number 3, she is thinking
How
of
many are there, by the way?
9.
9 different baby
Yes,
names?
I'm just gonna
Wow.
list them off.
Okay, we'll go one at a time. So you can,
Okay, first one is Pepper.
Pepper
I think Pepper is like,
for a boy or girl?
I don't know.
Okay.
These are just multiple. I don't know.
Girl, I could see Pepper Potts.
Yeah, I think that one's fine.
know?
Dawn.
Dawn?
Yeah, maybe for like a middle name, I can see that.
Oh, like a middle name? I know a couple Dawns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This next one is Cherry for a first name. You know Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Gwyneth Paltrow. Actually, Pepper Potts. Yeah, Pepper Potts. Her daughter is named Apple.
Interesting.
Yes.
Fruit.
So it kind of goes along the same lines.
Cherry. You know what I think of when I think cherry?
What?
Cheryl.
Oh, I love Cheryl.
From
Riverdale.
I almost said Riverside.
No,
From Riverdale.
from Riverside.
From
Shut
Riverside. Shout out.
up. Okay, so along the same lines, Pear.
Pear.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Pear is like,
That's
out of
too
all
much.
the fruits, like pears are just gross. Like
Cherry, maybe.
cherry, it could be cute, but like
Maybe.
pear.
It's cherry's gonna be cute when you're young.
Yes.
And then as
Come
soon-
here,
Are
cherry.
they redheads? Are they redheads?
No.
Okay, that's even weirder. But
I
I feel
know.
like if they're a redhead, oh, that's cute. You're just a little cherry.
That's
I get
actually
it,
kinda cute, if you do have a redhead.
But then as soon as what? You're like in high school?
Cherry.
Hey, cherry. Cherry. Everyone's gonna call you Sherry.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna
that's so
say-
true.
I don't know.
Okay, next one is Frosty for a boy.
Frosty? Like the snow? You're joking. This is not real.
No, no.
This is not real.
I'm dead
Dude, that
serious.
kid's gonna be bullied, bro.
Frosty. I don't know. I think she's trying to go for like an.
Frosty, so
okay, I think
bad.
she's going.
Bro. Dude, that's
I think
horrible.
she's going for like something edgy or something.
That's
I don't
not
know.
even edgy, bro. That's just comical.
Okay, this next one, Sunny.
Sunny, okay, that's not as bad.
I don't think that's as bad.
Sunny's not that bad. Like I know a couple like wasn't there an Adam Sandler play a Sunny?
I don't know, but it's kind of like, hey, Sunny. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like it could be cute.
I think
don't
it's
know.
fine. I think it's fine. How's it spelled? Do you know?
Just normal.
Like
S-U.
SUNNY? Okay.
Silver.
Silver.
Hey, Silver. That could be cool, honestly. I'm actually not super mad at that.
Yeah, it's not It's not as bad as Frosty. That's for sure.
I'm saving the worst one.
Oh my god.
For the end. Okay, there's 2 more. The 2 more. Second to last one is Zen.
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 Mm-hmm.
That's too much.
Zen.
That's like I feel like I see
like
that.
it could
if
be cool, though.
That would be cool if this family was living
Like,
in the woods.
yeah.
In in the middle of nowhere, and like they've got the tattoos of the solar system on their arm, and they're all like, "Yes, my child Zen." You know what I mean? That's what I could see that working.
Oh
but
my
if they're not
gosh,
like
they
that,
own
then-
like a kombucha factory.
yeah, kombucha up there. They like to do their
Yoga.
ice plunges.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
This
Eating
is
raw
Zen.
meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my child
Okay.
Zen. And
Honestly,
that-
I'm not mad about it now that we're like setting it up. I'm
but
not mad.
is that them? If it's not them,
well,
that's
they're
hard.
more. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, this last one,
Oh gosh.
Bubble.
Bubble? like bubble. Bubble. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You know what that immediately made me think of? Is Bubbles from Teen Beach Movie. Do you remember that?
I love Bubbles.
Hey,
Yeah,
Bubbles.
Yeah,
And
she
wasn't
was all
like the
crazy.
blonde chick and she
yes.
just shake it all
But dude,
single
can
time?
you imagine Bubble?
Dude, that's crazy.
Hey, this is can you imagine going in for an interview? Hi, my name is Bubble.
Yeah.
Like, are you joking
That's
me?
such a good point.
I could not.
Hi, my name is Bubble Smith. I'm sorry, what was her name? Well, maybe it does help them. Maybe they'll remember her.
Excuse
They'll
you?
remember her. You know what I mean?
But Bubble, like that's a little.
What is she gonna go by?
I don't know. Bubs.
Or he?
Bubs.
Hey, my name is Bubs. That's
Hey, Bubby?
worse, bro. Dude, man, you can't do
Bubble.
that to your child.
Like that's so bad.
It's setting them up. I feel
It's
like
setting them up for bullying. It's horrible.
and like hard time careers.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't that insane?
That
and
is
so
crazy.
everyone's like reacting to them, and it's so funny. Okay, guys. I know that this is semi-controversial. Semi-controversial, but gentle parenting versus more traditional style of parenting. That is something that's like...
Are we going to talk about this?
We're going to talk about it because...
Interesting.
This is a big thing, especially on social media, but this whole idea of gentle parenting, kind of just the way that you speak to your children, it's kind of more of like a friend approach versus like... You're getting punished because you did something wrong.
Yeah.
And so I want to hear your thoughts about it.
Oh, interesting.
What do you prefer?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think specifically in this context, like in this conversation, I feel like I'm definitely lean more towards traditional parenting versus more of a gentle. But I think that there are specific, like there's things in gentle parenting that I do like.
I agree.
I think that there's an appropriate balance of both, where I feel like I can be conversational and want to listen, and and be trying. I guess you could say friends with my child, but at the same time, they are going to understand that I am their father. And that I am going to punish them when they do make mistakes, right? We see that biblically. Biblically, we're called, to not spare the rod. And so it's like, I think it's a mixture of both. There's not one extreme on either side. It's got to be a balance of both.
I agree. I think the question is mainly for if you punish your kids and your child asks you like, well, why? And a lot of times more traditional parents can be like, because I say so. And that's where a lot of the contention happens between kids and their parents, at least from either just personal experience, but also just what I've seen from conversations of this. Yeah. And that's kind of where the gentle parenting comes in, where it's more of like explaining yourself.
Oh, interesting.
As to why. Or else it's just like, because I say so. And then there's the rebellion and all that stuff.
I've also heard it too, where like, I know people where they're like, well, I spanked my child and then I told them I did this because I love them. Yes. And so then they hear that and they're like,
they think abuse is love.
They think abuse is love.
Yes,
and so
very
I think
interesting.
That's super interesting, isn't it?
It
so
is
being
super
very
weird.
like, and I think it's important to have a mixture of both. And we also, not being parents, fully understand and recognize we haven't undergone a lot of those situations, so we're not exactly sure.
I'm so heartbroken. The thing is, like, I can't even imagine spanking my child because you just love them so much. But at the same time, I can very much see just like losing my temper and be like, you're getting a spanking. Like, I can't deal with this right now.
Right. Which is, I know that there was one pastor who kind of talked about, and he said that it's important that when you're upset, when your child needs to be disciplined, you take a second, go be with the Lord, calm yourself down, come to a place where you can discipline and love. Yeah. And what I think also, speaking of gentle parenting, something that like brought to mind is I remember when I and I think this is in certain like circles, this is all like really prominent. And I was a part of a circle where they just wouldn't scold their kid. They would just like, if they're like, their kids ran the show.
That pisses me off so much.
That's interesting to me.
Seeing the kids control their parents. Like, we go to
I'm not doing that.
We go to Disneyland and like public spaces often. It is so hard for me to just sit and be quiet and watch. Oh my gosh, these kids like say no to their parents and be like, no, I'm not doing that.
I can't do that.
Dude, that is nuts to me.
I could
not.
And
the parents just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Or like, they try to reason. They try to reason with them because really it's like,
my gosh.
I think that's an aspect of gentle parenting is where like these parents believe that like, again, it's, what can I do to support my child? And I think a part of this is because we hit this huge wave, I feel like in the last couple of years, where people are like so concerned about
mental health and stuff like that.
Yes. And so because of all that, which I think is important.
I think it's important. But at the end of the day, you're the parent. Like you're the parent.
There needs to be, again, I think an establishment of God, husband, wife, children. And so it's like the children need to not talk back to their mother. They should never tell their mother no. They shouldn't ever tell us no, like I'm not doing something. And if that happens, then we should gently correct them in that procedure. But I've seen so many times, again, and especially in circles that I've been in the past, where like we would be told, like if we were watching a child, we were being told like, hey, you can't tell them no. Like you cannot tell them the word no.
That's nuts
so
to
we would
me,
have
dude.
to like tell them other things. And
Oh yeah, I think I've seen those too. And like instead of saying no, be like, why don't we try this? Or
right, like
I'm like, what is going
it's super
on? This
interesting.
is so weird.
But like it got crazy. Like again, specifically the circle, I was working at a church as an intern, and we're helping in children's care. And like I was one of the children's care interns, and so I'm helping out in a class. And this kid is full blown hitting another kid, and then we're not talking toddler. We're talking like 3rd, 4th grade.
Oh.
And they're hitting another child.
Jeez.
And they wouldn't stop. And I think the leader had told them like, no, hey, stop. You need to stop.
Yeah.
And the parent was upset with that leader because they don't do that.
See you.
And it's just crazy.
Versus I work in toddlers right now, and our friends have their daughter in my class, and they go, and sometimes she does act up in class like every toddler does.
Yes.
But they
cutie.
go, yeah, she's literally just an angel. And they tell me, you have full and utter permission to take her and spank her as much as you want, because there's times where I'm like, hey, like you gotta tell her, like she keeps hitting this guy in the face, like you gotta tell her to stop.
I'm not gonna lie, look, sometimes when I walk
so
past
hard,
seeing those little
She's
toddlers
so
and they're like so cute, and then they're all like
so cute,
but they have such little personality, like big personalities in their little bodies. Dude, they're so fun.
It's the cutest little thing, and
that.
it's so fun seeing like, so for that girl, like seeing her parents' personality in her is so fun.
I know.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so much fun, dude.
Her mom rolls her eyes sometimes,
yes,
and so
yes,
she rolls her eyes
just like
so
her
adorable.
mom. It's so cute.
It's so funny. Okay, so continuing on that kind of same conversation.
Yeah.
Right? Gentle parenting versus traditional parenting.
Yes.
Spanking versus no spanking. And I know we kind of briefly just mentioned a little bit. What I'm curious about now, your thoughts in regards to that.
I love
spanking versus no spanking.
So as background, I grew up being spanked quite frequently. Yes, quite frequently, because I was not a very obedient child.
And
What?
I don't know. I tried to do an accent and then just going, no today. And not obedient child.
Yeah, I was not an obedient child. So I got spanked a lot. So, and for some reason, I don't know, I need to like do a better analysis on like why I acted out and stuff like that, because whenever I
self-reflection.
Yes, I think I need to, because like spanking did not really work with me at all. Like it almost like aggravated me even more to like do bad because I'm like, you hurt me. Oh. So I don't know. So
which translates a lot to now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hurt people. So I was spanked quite frequently. And so something that I want to go into is like understanding your child and how they best respond to discipline.
Come
because
on, can we get some snaps in here?
Yeah, because some kids, like, they respond super well to timeouts. Like if if they just sit in a corner, that will teach them. Whereas spanking, you're really going to understand what's going on.
Yes.
So for our kids, I think it's fine to give a little whack on the butt. Like that's totally fine. I don't know. And that's the thing where it's like, I think I'll be fine to spank the kids, but at the same time, I kind of want you to like dad to come home and
which is
lay down the hand.
We've talked about the idea of like, I feel as though, and this is specific for our relationship and our household, where I would like to be as the head of the household, the man, the husband, to be the one to punish, like seriously punish our children.
Like, so, I don't want, like, I'm fine with like raising the kids at home and whatever while you're out at work.
Yeah, they're acting up, putting them in a little timeout.
Putting them in timeouts, but as far as like bigger punishments, when dad gets home.
Yeah, like, hey, your dad's going to come home, he's going to hear about this.
Dad's
and then
going to be
maybe
home in 30 minutes and they get freaked out.
They're a little scared, you know? And then, of course, when I approach it, it'll be like, one, I'll be, be fresh and I'll be able to like, sit down with them and conversate. Again, this is this is my desire. Yeah. Because of the fact that I'm not a father yet, I can't give that example. Yeah. But this is what I desire going in.
This is our plan, and this could 100% like switch as soon as we become parents. It does depend on the kids.
We're gonna find out. But yeah, I do love that.
But you're pro spanking.
Yeah, I'm a pro spanker.
Did you like? I specifically had belts that were spanking belts to where my mom would say, go upstairs and pick your belt. And so we had one that was like beat up. That was like the belt one. That was like the spanking belt. But then sometimes I'd have my sister come upstairs and she would practice spanking me so I could like see which one didn't hurt as much.
Oh my
I'm not even
gosh,
joking.
that's
And then we
crazy.
had spoons. The wooden spoons were
Dang.
frequently broken on me.
Wow.
One time I tried to put, it was so stupid, but I tried to put a book in my pants.
Oh my gosh.
But obviously when she spanked me, she felt a book. So
No.
yeah.
So you got another one.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that's so funny. I was also frequently spanked, but I feel like you were spanked a lot more like later into life.
I was spanked late.
Yeah, like,
until probably like 8th grade.
Yeah, I think like for me, I
Maybe
remember
7th.
it's crazy. I remember being in middle school and like I think I did something and my parents spanked me. That was like one of the last times they spanked me. And I remember sitting in my room after being spanked and being like I'm in 6th grade.
Yeah.
I think maybe not. Maybe it was like 5th grade. So maybe
Maybe I was in 7th grade, but I remember being like, I can't be spanked anymore. Like, this is so weird.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember whatever grade I was in.
Yeah.
I remember being spanked. So maybe then, but I remember distinctly in like 6th grade, like I remember being punished. For some reason I have in my mind I might have been spanked,
Okay.
but whatever it was, I was punished. And I remember sitting in my room being like, dog, if I just like cut it out, my parents stopped punishing me. Like I
That's
remember
a great
literally
realization to have.
having that realization of
That's
like,
a great realization to have.
if I just like kind of do what they ask,
Yeah.
you know, they're just like not going to punish me anymore.
That's a great
And
realization to
it
have.
changed my whole life.
That's great.
I know. But so that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I stopped like, and I was a wild.
Did you
young kid.
Did you have standards?
Standards? What do you mean?
Standards.
Oh, that is.
Like where you had to write out, I will obey my parents. I will obey my parents.
What is that?
You never did standards?
Dude, all right, guys. We're fine. It's like weird how
Wait,
you were kind of.
you've never done standards in your life?
No.
Where you would have to write like a sentence or a Bible verse like 150 times.
No.
Dude, I would have to do standards all the time.
That
That
is
was my favorite form
hilarious.
of punishment because honestly, like
Just go right.
I would just like go ham.
Crank it
And so
out.
I was able to like
Wow.
find out a way in which it would be fastest by just start doing all the I's, all the wills,
That's
all the
so
B's. Yeah.
funny.
You never did
No,
standards?
Dude, my punishments literally consisted of being spanked,
Yeah.
grounding.
Dude,
phone
my
taken
parents
away.
were so creative. Like I had
Well, but that also makes sense because, like you said,
like nothing worked with
nothing
me.
worked, and I wanted
worked.
you. I was like, I'm gonna get back. You know what I mean? So that makes sense.
Standards. I had like not locked in your room, but like you had to be in your room for a while.
Yeah.
Timed showers was one of them.
That's
That was
crazy.
like the biggest one, and that one like we never ended up doing, but that was like a threat to one, and I was like, guys, can we just not
Time showers.
time showers? Because at that point, that was like the only thing I had. That was the only
This
thing
is
I
sad.
had. It was really sad. It was really sad.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I wonder like for the biggest one that I'm like curious about. So the big thing for me is like if our kids bully someone, that's like a big no-no.
It's not okay.
Big no-no.
You don't make fun of other people.
You don't make fun of other people. And that is something that I've seen like dads, their teenage daughters like caught or got in trouble for bullying, and like they had to like do all these crazy like punishments.
Really?
Yeah, it was like embarrassing punishments.
Really?
Because it's like you embarrass them, like now you're gonna get embarrassed in front of everyone.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I pray and I hope that like our children, you know, I know they're
But they're
not going to
gonna
be
be good
perfect,
kids.
but I pray that like there are certain things that like that doesn't happen. You
Yeah.
know? And yeah, I feel like I just pray that it doesn't happen to be the case. But
I
don't know.
hope I don't have to punish them. Obviously, we will.
You're
but
gonna
like,
have to.
I know, but I don't want to. I just
I
want them to
know.
be perfect.
I know. Little nuggets running around. Okay, but you were talking just a second ago about like different punishments and different things. Do you have like any specific stories? I feel like
I did have one.
like it's crazy. Like
I had one. So with being punished frequently, you do have to be more creative with how to get away with things.
oh my gosh.
And so one of the things was that all my devices were either taken away, or one of them was I could only have access to my school laptop, like the little MacBooks that they'd send you to do your homework with. But it only had access if you had Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And so I could obviously only have this at school or at home. But what I was trying to do is trying to hack a way to see if I could get the Wi-Fi password on my laptop, if I could figure out the way to get the password, I could put it on my phone so that I could have.
Oh, because your parents turned it off.
Yes, they turned it off on the phone, but not the laptop.
So you're grounded, and they turned it off, so
they
you couldn't go on your phone.
You don't have Wi-Fi.
That is hilarious.
So, but I had Wi-Fi on my MacBook to do homework.
That is hilarious.
So I Googled like different ways that you had to.
No.
Yes, and so I was able to get the Wi-Fi password on my little MacBook and put it on my phone.
Wow.
Yeah, that was probably like one of the most. Dude, hacking the system. I think that was like 8th grade or something.
And so what'd you do? What did you do on your phone?
I was just able to go on YouTube, do whatever. I was able to do whatever.
Did they ever find out?
I don't think so. I think maybe I think later I told them. I was like, by the way, that didn't work.
Dang.
Yeah.
You straight up called it as it is? Oh,
I know. It was bad.
How bad
it was not good. It was not good.
They were probably pissed.
I think she was mad, but I can't remember.
Man, that's crazy.
I was naughty. I was a naughty little girl.
Dude, Raquel got coal for Christmas every year.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's actually really sad. I was grounded so often. Like, I really, like, didn't look forward to summer because I just knew I'd be grounded all the time. It was really sad.
I think it's a little extreme.
Yeah. But what about you? Any stories?
Yeah. I feel like I do have one particular story of just like being punished, and the reason, and it's not necessarily like I did anything creative. Well, I guess I kind of did something creative, but it was just funny. I can't even remember exactly what happened.
Okay.
But something happened where literally all 5 of my siblings, we all go grounded.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember this. I remember you maybe telling me this.
I don't even remember exactly what happened. But when I say that literally all 5 of my siblings, like literally it was you go to school, you come home, you go in your room.
Did you guys all do something individually? Or was it all together?
I think we all did something together. I don't remember what happened, but literally my parents were not happy. And again, it was go to school, come home, get a snack, go right into your room. You're in your room until dinner. Dinner comes, then you go right back to your room and you hang out there to your bed. And I'm talking 3 weeks.
No
like
way.
It was like I can't even remember if one of my siblings are watching.
3 weeks, that's nothing, dude. Like that's so fast.
Oh my gosh.
But go ahead.
But that's because my dad always had a heart. My dad always after a while was like,
dude, I got 6 months no makeup.
No,
I got my makeup confiscated.
Dude, that's a way to get Raquel.
I was like, can I wear it on my birthday?
No, that's a way to get Raquel right there.
Yeah.
But literally, like, I don't remember what we did. Something crazy. But one of these things we did is like, at this time, I think my mom was working, my dad was working, but he worked in the office downstairs. And so what me and my brother did, because we were sharing a room, is we had a couch in our room. And we so you could pull it out and there was like a little futon, like a little bed you could sleep in and whatnot. So what we did is we were like, because we're not supposed to literally we're supposed to just hang out in a room, do nothing. We had nothing. So me and my brother went and we grabbed a bunch of snacks. We got all the board games. I think we even had
That's so fun.
We went and grabbed in Nintendo DS's. Like we weren't supposed to have this stuff. And we hid it all in the couch. So because we were so small at the time that you could pull it out and then where the thing folds in, there's now an empty space.
Oh my gosh.
So we would put everything in there.
That's so funny.
And then we would
You totally were the one to come up with that.
I probably
You probably were.
We literally would hide everything in there. So while Michaela and Mariah are in their room, sitting on their bed, sleeping or doing something because they got nothing to do, they're drawing on paper, just drawing, and Megan's trying to read a Twilight book or something,
That's so accurate.
She was literally reading the Twilight book. Literally, me and Marcus are on our DS playing Mario Kart and stuff. Totally, we're and I remember the moment we were both in the couch, and my parents walked by looking for us, and they're like, "Where are you guys? Where are you guys?" I think it was my dad. Where are you guys? And I'm like, "Oh, we're coming on." He's like, "What are you doing in here?" And he looks. Oh
no,
my God.
He caught you?
Ooh. Bro, we were in trouble.
No.
And we've been doing this now for last 3-4 days.
Really?
And we were having the time of our life. This is the best grounding ever.
No.
Because at the time you could also connect your DSs so you could play with one another. So we were playing against one another and all this stuff. And yeah, my dad came in and he spanked us and then he made us clean everything out.
Oh my gosh.
It was an ordeal. But we didn't take out some of the food. I remember that too. We didn't take it out, and so it just got bad under that thing for a while.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it was not good. But yeah, it was just a clever, fun thing. That. But yeah, we definitely got trouble with all that. Well, let's move on to our last segment for this wonderful podcast episode.
Ooh,
and that is, how would you handle?
How would you handle the situation. This is great.
And this is great. Future parents. How would we handle the situation? I'd love for you to start. Oh, sorry. Yeah, because you're going to ask me.
Yeah, I'll ask you. So I don't have specifics, but let's say your kid is in high school.
Oh, boy.
And next weekend is homecoming.
Okay.
And they get in a lot of trouble the week before.
Okay.
Do you ground them from like their first homecoming dance? Because you know that's going to sting.
Oh, man.
Or do you let them have their moment, have that memory, and do something else? I would love to hear your answer.
That's a good question. I think in this scenario, it depends on what they did. First off,
okay,
that's a big part of it. Like obviously, if it was like if it was like a big deal,
like cheating on a test and they got caught, like a big deal, or is
that's not that big of a deal?
Oh, okay.
I mean, cheating is wrong, but it's not. It's not.
I love that's not a big deal.
I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Cheat all the time.
Okay, my God.
Oh, if our kids do that now, Dad, you cheated. I remember watching an episode where you talked about it. I didn't cheat, kids. I didn't cheat. All right, no, but like I think that if they did something, depending on what it would be like. Obviously, I think
if they like disobeyed or whatever.
Well,
but it was a big thing. It's a big thing.
Yeah, well, like I think the crime. Was I say the crime? Depending on the crime,
the punishment has to match the crime.
It has to match the crime. So I think like if it was something like that
a big deal,
if it was that big, like I would do that. I'd probably tell
But it wouldn't be like you would take advantage of like the situation where, hey, we have like...
No. I again, it would have to be such a, like that's a big thing. Your first prom, something like that.
Yeah.
The dance, that's a big deal. So I would say, again, if it was in the right circumstance, I would tell them not to go. But most likely, I would probably do the rather. What's it called? The
ladder.
Ladder, thank you. The ladder, where it's like, okay, you know what? Hey, I love you. And what you did was not okay. You may still go to your homecoming dance, but when you get back, you are going to be grounded for the next week or whatever the punishment is after. You know what I mean?
Got it.
But again, because that's what I feel like I feel like what it would be like. But again, if it was like, we're talking they drunk drive and crash the car.
That would be so bad.
Yeah, you best believe that's not they're not going to homecoming. They're
oh
going to
my
prom.
Gosh.
Something crazy like that, let alone like them getting into drinking stuff, but then also driving and like like that's a big deal that I would not. We would need to have a very serious conversation about a lot of that. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
dude, being a parent must be so stressful. Like that gives me so much stress just thinking about that.
I know. We're praying for all of our friends right now. They're pregnant. We've been praying for you guys every day.
We'll watch. I know. We'll watch. See how it goes.
Yeah, but there's just different things like that. Again,
I like that. The punishment matches the crime.
Yeah, I think that's important.
I like it.
Okay, so now for you, my love.
Okay.
You're gonna love this one.
Yes.
Okay. You and our wonderful family, we're going out to a nice dinner at Las Brisas.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
okay, so this is a nice spot.
Dinner.
Okay.
Nice dinner, okay? We get there. Our child screaming his head off. He's deciding to get up and run around.
Oh my gosh.
And he's talking back to not only me and you.
Oh
he's
my
talking
gosh.
He's talking like screaming at the waiter. He's going to this very nice restaurant. I already see in your eyes, you're freaking out.
Yeah, that gives me stress.
Yeah.
That gives me, like, I just got chills. Yeah. I literally just got chills.
He's like making a mess with the stuff on the table. What are you, like, how are you handling that?
Oh my gosh. I literally cannot even imagine that.
And actually, if it helps, like, I'm not there. So how are you specifically handling this situation?
Okay. In this specific,
because you're there, maybe you're there on a lunch date with Danielle.
In this specific case, violence is needed.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but for real, I'd probably, I don't know. There's like different methods of like the 1, 2, 3 method. Like you give them 1, 2. If you get to 3, like you're done.
Okay.
So I'd probably start with that, and then if they get to 3, just excuse ourselves, go to the bathroom, and he's getting probably spanked. Until it hurts. Probably there.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, just like a stern talking to, like if you make another scene or whatever, your dad's going to do the exact same thing that I just did. Right. Harder.
Yeah.
When you get home.
Yeah.
Hopefully that works. If not,
would you ever leave?
I probably would. That was what I was going to say. I probably would leave because it's not fair to the other person to have to deal with my problems.
Yeah, that's a good call. I understand that. And actually, that just reminded me of something, a funny memory. I remember when I was back in preschool, living here in Southern California, and I went to a birthday party, but literally we're all throwing rocks into the water and whatnot. And this girl, I don't know what in the world I was thinking, but she like low-key ran by and I threw a massive rock, busted her right in the head. And this is the birthday girl. Yeah. And I remember my mom taking me in the bathroom, so unbelievably embarrassed.
Oh my gosh.
Chick's bleeding and crying.
Micah.
And like literally like my mom takes
Why
me to the
would you
bathroom.
throw a rock at her face?
Well, it wasn't like it was on purpose. It was like everyone's throwing rocks. She's walking by and just, you know what I mean? Right.
Oh
Anyways,
my gosh.
So anyways, my mom unbelievably embarrassingly takes me to the bathroom and just spanks me and then literally will not let me do anything. I was like, I'm sorry. Let me go have, like, can I have some crackers? Like, can I go play? She's like, no.
You're so cute.
You know? But anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that just reminded me of that.
That's
Being pulled
horrible.
to the bathroom and just spanked.
My cousin and I, we would take like rocks. We had like a slingshot. We'd go at the top and slingshot rocks on cars.
Oh my gosh.
And we hit a moving car and then they literally drove up. We ran inside.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My dad had a story that he told me one time.
Really?
So my dad lived in Tahoe, and specifically if you're from that area, there's like kind of one main road through everything, and his friend had like this really nice house like on the mountain that overlooked the road. And so they were just like, throwing snowballs at cars driving through, one winter. And then like they're like, dude, let's go to the fridge. So they went to the fridge and they started tossing things, and then I can't remember what it was they tossed, but they tossed something.
Yeah.
And it hit the sheriff's car that's driving by. Sheriff just, and like whatever stopped. And then they're like, oh shoot. So they ran back inside the house and they're just like all chilling.
Yeah.
The sheriff, like, and my dad and all of his buddies were trouble in Tahoe. Like they were trouble. Like the sheriff knew them, like, cause they were always in problems. Sheriff drives up, knew it was probably from their house, came in, and then he like knocks on the door and he's all like, were the boys throwing stuff? To the dad. So they say to my dad's friend's dad, like, yo, like, where are they at? What are they been doing? They throw someone through some of my car. And the dad covered for them. He's like, no, man, they've just been, hey, boys, come here. And then they're all like, they come there and like, where are you guys? They're like, oh, we're just sitting in the room. We're just chatting, hanging out, playing. Like, they might have been like playing like an Atari or something. And he's all like, and the dad was like, someone threw it on. I know it was you guys. And the dad was like, honestly, hey, you can't say that.
That's a great point. That's a great point I want to make. I will defend my kid.
Yeah,
I will defend my kid,
the dad
and then
knew.
I'll ask him, did you do that?
Yeah,
like, what's going on? But I will 100% defend my kid to the day I die.
There you
like,
go.
that's mine.
Yeah, but it was so funny because like literally the dad knew the whole time, but he covered for them.
That's amazing.
And it just was like defended them, covered them, and then it's like, hey, look, like they've been here the whole time. It wasn't them.
Just
probably
cut
someone
it
else.
out. Yeah.
And then the sheriff left, and he was like, you guys, man,
you guys are
cut
trouble.
It out. Yeah, and then he went back to what he's
oh
doing.
My gosh, I think
so funny.
I think our son is gonna be a little devious.
Yeah.
I think because you're just crazy. I just think our son's gonna be like you in the sense that like just so much energy and just you know like all like your stories of the like you hitting like a girl in the head with a rock, like you didn't mean to, but like it just happens.
Just happened.
He's just gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. Okay, well, ladies
guys,
and gentlemen, first off, again, honestly, I know, we keep saying this, but like we are so excited to have all of our little new babies.
Yes.
I should say our new babies.
They are going to be partly ours. We're going to have part ownership of our friend's child.
Yes, we're going to love them. We're going to spoil them like crazy
yes.
just because we're so excited. And so,
oh my gosh.
And it's so cool because again, like in all of our friends having children and like having babies come, like it's bringing up all these conversations for Raquel and I, like traditional versus gentle, spanking, no spanking.
And
what is your childhood
It's going to be so different when we do have kids. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I want to get into like reading the books and stuff when I'm pregnant, like how to punish and,
There you go.
I want to learn about that stuff because it's just precious minds. These little babies come out so pure.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. If you are listening to this wonderful podcast, leave us a 5-star review.
Yes.
We love the 5-star reviews.
Yes.
And share it with someone. Then if you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much. Go ahead and like,
comment, subscribe. What should they comment?
Ooh, what should they comment?
How are you guys grounded? Like, what's your craziest grounded story?
What's your craziest grounding story?
What'd you do? That's
naughty. A good one. Yeah, that's a good one. And then I want to know what was your punishment or like what was crazy story, but then why you were punished for it.
Yeah,
like why that was the punishment. All right. Well, thank you guys once again. Appreciate you guys.
Okay.
I don't know how to end this. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Deuces.
I remember I was grounded, whatever. I was supposed to be in my room. I told them to come pick me up. I went down the balcony.
No.
Went out and just left. And I came back and my mom, she's calling me while we're at Harbor House, calling me.